Good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome back to your biology class. Okay. Today, in my previous class, I have I was discussing the chapter Our Environment, right? And I have told that only one 5 marks discussion of one 5 marks question is left. So, first today I will complete this one, and after that we will discuss another topic. Okay. So, you can hear me properly or not? First, please let. Can you hear me properly? Okay, very good. So, this one is a 5 marks question. So, first I am telling you the question. Okay. So, first one is, what are consumers? What will be the consequence of the absence of primary consumers in an ecosystem? So, very easy question. First one is, what are consumers? Who will tell me the answer? Question is, what are consumers? What will be the answer? What are consumers? What will be the answer? And with that, another question is there. What will be the consequence of the absence of primary consumer in an ecosystem? So, what they have asked? Okay, so first, what are consumers? Consumers are the organisms who derive energy by eating plants and other organisms, or they cannot produce food by their own. Yes, so consumers are dependent on the food. If I ask you what are consumers, so first you have to tell me that consumers are the organisms who are dependent on the other consumers or the producers. They can be dependent on other, they can be, or you can write they are dependent on directly or indirectly. Okay, so as we know that if it is primary consumers, so then they are only dependent on the producers. If it is secondary consumer, then they are dependent on primary consumer. So that is why this directly or the indirectly dependent term is very important. And another thing, from the by eating them, what they are getting the energy, and they cannot produce their own food. Okay, so they need to depend for their food on the producer or different consumers directly or indirectly. Clear? Now with that, another question is there. What will happen or what will be the consequence of the absence of primary consumers in the ecosystem? As I have mentioned that all these are very important. That means absence, that means what is the role of producer, what is the role of consumer, what is the role of decomposer. Already I have discussed in previous class. Now in this particular question they have asked about primary consumers, means they have mentioned that which type of consumers they want to know. So this is the question. So what will be the consequence in the absence of primary consumer in the ecosystem? So you know that primary consumers are dependent on whom? Consumers are dependent, it will lead to enormous growth of plants and decline in the population of carnivore animals, and hence the food web will get hampered. Very good. So as we know that we have read about the food chain and food web. So what is food chain and food web? Food chain is a series that means dependent on who eat whom, who will eat whom. And food web means when in an ecosystem, as we know that only one food chain is not acting, many food chains are acting and they are totally dependent on each other. Okay, so if we remove all the primary consumers from the ecosystem, so what will happen? So primary consumers are directly dependent on the producers, right? So we can call it that herbivores will come under this group. So if we remove this herbivores part, then the carnivores will not get food, because carnivores are, that means those who are under will come under the secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are directly dependent on the primary consumers. So if primary consumers are not there, what will happen? The secondary consumers will not get food, they will die. And if the number of secondary consumers declines, then what will happen? Next level of consumers will not get food, they will also die. And what will happen? Another thing, that is primary consumers will eat producers as their food, so number of the producers, that means plants, will be increased. Okay, so total balance of the ecosystem will get destroyed. Okay, so the total ecological balance will be damaged. If the primary consumers are absent, then the secondary consumers won't get food and the producer would get enormous food growth. Yes. So now I think it is clear to you that what is the perfect answer. Now with that, another question is that what will be the direction of energy transfer in each of the following cases? So now I will tell you 3 cases where you have to mention the flow or direction of energy transfer. Okay. So first one is grasshopper eaten by a frog. So question is that what will be the direction of energy transfer in each of the following cases? First case is the grasshopper eaten by frogs. So from which to which portion the energy will transfer, you have to tell me. You have to tell me the direction of energy transfer if grasshopper is eaten by a frog. You have to use these 2 terms, grasshopper and frog. Grasshopper to frog, that is primary consumer to secondary consumer. So you are saying grasshopper is the primary consumer and frog is the secondary consumer. So the energy flow will be from primary consumer to secondary consumer, as frog will eat the grasshopper, right? So the grasshopper, here we can write grasshopper, then frog. Frog. Right? Primary consumer grasshopper to secondary consumer frog. Very good. So this is the right answer. Now come to the next one. Deer feeds on grass. Deer feeds on grass. Producer grass, primary consumer deer. Okay. grass to deer, that is producer to grass to deer. Okay, so we can write it like that, grass, deer. Grass is the producer and deer is the primary consumer. As you know, deer is a herbivore, so deer is the primary consumer. So the flow of the energy will be from producer to deer. So that means from producer to primary consumer, or we can say grass to deer. Very good. Now come to the third one. Third one is deer eaten by a lion. Deer eaten by a lion. Primary to secondary consumer. Which one is the primary consumer and which one is the secondary consumer? Deer to lion is deer to lion, that is secondary to tertiary consumer. Deer is the secondary consumer or deer is the primary consumer? First tell me this one. Deer is the primary consumer or deer is the secondary consumer? Yes. So, as deer is the herbivore, lion is the carnivore. So, herbivore one is primary consumer, carnivore one is secondary consumer. So, this is the perfect answer. So, with that we have completed the discussion from this chapter, our environment. Many more questions may come from this chapter. I have discussed just only this, and before that I also discussed many questions, as you know. Now we will proceed to the next chapter, that not next chapter, as you know that our environment chapter is the last chapter and we are moving from the back. So now we will discuss the previous chapter, that is heredity and evolution. So next, as you know that in your revised syllabus, evolution part is not there, only heredity part is in your revised syllabus. So we will discuss about the different questions from the heredity chapter. Chapter heredity. First I will ask you some MCQ type of question, and I will not write those questions on the board. I will tell you, you have to listen very carefully, and after that you have to tell me what is the correct answer. Okay? If you can't hear properly, then please tell me, I will repeat the question. Okay? So first question from the heredity is, if a No, because this will come from the evolution, and evolution part is not in your revised syllabus. If you open your NCERT book, you will be able to find it out that heredity and evolution part is having two different headings. So we have to read only heredity part. So the first question from the heredity is, if pea plants having round green seeds, seeds and wrinkle yellow seeds and wrinkle yellow seeds. If a pea plants having round green seeds and wrinkle yellow seeds are crossed, what phenotype ratio will be obtained in F2 progeny plants? So, what we will get in the F2 progeny? Now, what will be the ratio? Okay, I am repeating. If pea plants having round green seeds and wrinkle yellow seeds are crossed, what phenotypic ratio will be obtained from F2 progeny plants? So, what will be the ratio? Very good. So, ratio will be 9:3:3:1. Right. Very good. Next question. Section of DNA that provides information for one protein is called section of DNA that provides information for one protein is called. Option number 1 is genotype, option number B is chromosome, option number C is gene and option number D is character. Option number A is genotype, option number B is chromosome, option number C is gene and option number D is character. Very good. So, who are saying it is genotype? It's not genotype, it is gene, because gene is the functional part of the DNA. Gene is the functional part of the DNA, right? So, the answer will be C, the gene. Next question. In human beings, the sex of child depends on whether the paternal chromosome is, I am repeating, in human beings, the sex of child depends on whether the paternal chromosome is, what will be the chromosome of father? What is the chromosome of father? XY. Very good. So, X will be for girls or boys? X will be for girls or boys? Yes, X will be for girls and Y will be for boys. Very good. Okay, so for today that's it. In my next class I will discuss some assertion reason type of question from this chapter, and after that we will proceed to the another different type of questions. Okay. So, thank you and bye bye everyone.